What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. My name is Austin J, and today's episode is on health and wellness and how it relates to your gaming performance. Thank you for listening and enjoy the episode. I did a completely different intro. Actually, this is take two. Not even going to lie. I just woke up because the kid's having a rough day. She loves putting her hands in her pockets. We'll just start with a story time. She loves putting her hands in her pockets, and we were leaving the chiropractors. Yes, we go to the chiropractor. She gets some chiropractic work done. It's actually beneficial. It's a preventative maintenance, just like you would do within your car and your HVAC, anything that you do preventative maintenance on, and it's very beneficial because from the moment you are born, gravity starts weighing on you. We're going to talk about that. So she loves putting her hands in her pockets of her hoodie. It's like her favorite thing. And we were walking out, and she stumbled over her own foot because she's clumsy like her mommy. Don't tell her I said that. Neither of them. Don't tell neither of them that I said that. And absolutely face planted. She has literally rug burn on her forehead, her nose, her eye, not her eyeball, but I feel so bad. But so she's I'm tired. I took a nap with her because for the first time ever, she basically told me she wanted to take a nap. She got into her crib by herself, grabbed her pillow, set it up, grabbed her other pillow, that's what she uses as a blanket, and told me to take her socks off and told me to basically remove all of the stuff out of her crib so she could go to sleep. I was shocked. So I laid there, and of course I fell asleep as well. So this is take two because the first take was so outrageous because I'm like tired and ranting. Anyways, intro is different because of that, but I appreciate all those who are here and listening. Now, I want to talk today about health and wellness tips that can be implemented into, playing while you're sitting there playing video games. This goes for even people who work at a desk job or sit a lot during the day, okay? So it applies to a lot of different aspects of life. But One Punch was designed on to bridge the gap between health and wellness and gaming, so that's where our focus is going to be. There's a lot of gamers or a lot of people in general who might not understand that your posture actually plays a pretty large role in your ability to prevent fatigue, okay? Because like I just said, that gravity is continuously weighing on you. You want to have just like you want proper shoes so your feet don't hurt. You want proper chair so your body doesn't hurt. You thought I was going to say tushy, but yes, your tushy doesn't want to hurt either. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the chair, okay? And why is that important? Let's start with if you have the proper chair or a standing desk. Now, I have a standing desk, but I didn't set it up properly, so I can't actually stand. It's devastating. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I really want to be able to stand. I'm going to be standing doing these podcasts very soon. I promise you. And if I'm not, somebody's listening or watching, follow up, please. And, come flick me in the forehead if I haven't done it in the next month or so, please. So the chair that I'm sitting in we'll start with that. The chair I'm sitting in is about 15 years old. Seriously. It's brutal. The arm is taped on there. There's no pad. There's no lumbar support. If you don't know what the lumbar part of your spine is, it's the very lower arch that you have. So you want lumbar support because that's a natural curve that you need. You don't want it to curve too much. You don't want it flat because that causes problems. And your spine is like a central pathway for your nerve endings, and all this other crazy stuff that, I don't have the proper names for, and I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not going to say it all. But that's sort of common knowledge. You want to protect your spine as much as you can. You want to protect your posture as well to be able to prevent fatigue. Now, the chair I'm sitting in is crap, okay? And now that I am using my computer to make these videos, I'm still playing video games. I'm using the chair a little more often. But on top of that, I'm very much aware of health and wellness and what's going on in my body now because I pay more attention than I used to maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe even less than that. I can feel I'm miserable in my chair, honestly. And I already get fatigued. I get uncomfortable. I can barely play the video games that I want to play, and I know I'm not playing them properly. I sit here and I type some essays for school because I'm still going to school for my master's in exercise science. I type up some essays and I'm uncomfortable in the chair. Now this is a problem. So this is the first thing I want people to focus or to realize, and to maybe this will inspire you. If you have a chair that you're sitting on and maybe this is not the most comfortable chair, maybe you can take some time to try to find a chair. They apparently Costco sells some nice chairs, Walmart sells some nice chairs. You just need one that has that lumbar support and is comfortable enough to sit in for a couple hours. This applies to people who are playing video games, people who work at a desk, people who sit down often. Make sure your chair is comfortable to sit in and supports proper posture, because your posture will, if your posture is bad, it will start to fatigue you because your body is trying to compensate for that bad posture. So you're going to start spending energy for your body to fix that. And then you're going to start feeling the pain. Like when I sit in this chair too long, my back, and it's not my lower back almost never hurts for some reason. It's always my upper back. And it's because I think I don't watch myself, or I haven't paid full attention to what I'm actually doing, besides for the fact that there's no pad, so I keep rotating back and forth. But I think it's because I raise my shoulders. I think it's because I raise my shoulders and I don't keep them down, like and like I'm tucking them into the pocket. I had to think of how to explain that so you could actually understand what I'm saying. But you want to keep your shoulders, back and down, right? Because that's how your body naturally sits. Also, if you keep them up and arch forward, especially like if you imagine you holding or touching your keyboard and your mouse at the same time, and your shoulders are rounded forward, that causes rounded shoulders. That's what that's called. And that's also bad, pretty bad for your posture, right? There's ways to correct that. I think we have some videos, some podcast episodes to help that. There will be some videos that we're going to be posting very soon here on YouTube. I'm actually starting to produce some of the YouTube content. I'm very excited to do so, to help prevent forward rounded shoulders and help that. That'll reduce back pain as well, and reduce fatigue. Another thing that will help with is your cognition. Playing video games, doing work is very reliant on good cognitive ability. You want to be able to do the work properly. You want to be able to do it efficiently. You don't want to have that 2 o'clock feeling all the time. You definitely want to be able to make proper decisions while playing a video game, especially if you're playing competitively. So there's a lot that goes into even just the chair you're sitting in. And I'm not sure that we touched on this at all in the podcast yet, but I want to start touching more on how to and tips and tricks on what you can do to help your health and wellness, to be able to improve your energy levels, improve your cognition, improve your game, right? For those who want to or aspire to be a streamer, right? Or want to, become a full-time streamer. We back that up. We appreciate that. We love that. So people who aspire to be pro gamers, want to make the pro scene or just play highly competitive gaming, we love that as well. Or just the person who who sits long periods of the day and they want to be able to combat that fatigue. People who work at a desk, we also appreciate those, and we back that up as well. So we want to be able to help everybody the best that we can, and hopefully these tips and tricks can help, even if just a little bit. So my 15-year-old chair, no joke, is being thrown out today. That's how much I hate it. I really do. It squeaks a lot. There's no pad. One thing I didn't mention was that, it doesn't have lumbar support. I said that, but the pad is, I can tell I lean to one side. That's terrible. I do that in the car, and I can feel it when I'm in the car, especially if I'm in the car for, it only has to be minutes, honestly, before I notice it, because I'm very much more aware than I used to be of my postural alignment. But when I'm sitting in this chair, when I'm playing video games, when I'm writing essays for school, because I'm going to school still, I'm enrolled for my master's in exercise science. Almost done that. Very excited. Not to toot my own master's horn, but The chair fatigue. I mean, I get fatigued. I get irritated. I get irritable because I can't get comfortable in the chair, and that throws off. Now I'm thinking about that. Now it throws off my game. Right. I know there's some times where I'm just so uncomfortable that I literally can't even play the game. And I know there's some times where I'm so uncomfortable I have zero desire to even sit on the computer to write an essay, let alone do any other work. So I don't do it. Right. And that's bad. So chair is very important. I want people to, if you have any if anybody else has any, if anybody listening has any questions on that, by all means, let us know on our social media. Reach out to us. We would love to answer them. You can hop into our Discord. The Discord link is always in the descriptions of the podcast, YouTube as well. And I think it is on the link tree in all of our social media. So please reach out and let us know if you have any recommendations as well. One other thing I want to say is I have a standing desk, and I can't really tell you how great it works because I set it up and instantly was unable to use it because I didn't set up my wires properly. Derp. But my wife and some of the people that she works with, they have standing desks. My brother has a standing desk because he works at a desk all day. And they say it's one of the greatest things because now you can stand up. You can basically stand at proper posture. You can stand instead of sitting, where you're tightening those lower extremity muscles, which you don't necessarily want to do either, because tightening those will just cause different forms of pain and possible fatigues. And if you can, swap that desk out for a standing desk. Set it up properly, unlike I did. Trust me, I'm working on it. I'm going to set it up very soon, as I always say. But get a standing desk and stand sometimes. Even if you're playing video games. I've seen a couple of streamers are leaning towards, and pro gamers are leaning towards getting some standing chairs, and they play standing sometimes. And honestly, it's really not much. I played standing a couple times. I had to look pretty far down because I didn't set up the standing desk. But even just standing while looking down, I don't condone that, by the way. Look as straightforward as possible to prevent that forward rounded shoulder or that arch in your back. You want proper posture, okay? But I did that and I felt great standing, honestly. So I'm excited to I'm about to clear this whole room just so I can reset everything up. And I'm excited to do so. And I want to say I recommend that if anybody else, if anybody has a standing desk and wants to comment on that, give any recommendations of them that we can post next week, by all means, let us know. I would love to talk about that on next week's follow-up and answer. So I honestly wanted to talk about, I'm not going to drag this episode out. So I wanted to talk about that, but I will say I do actually want to talk about blue light glasses. So we're going to talk about those. For those who don't know, so I wear blue light blocking glasses. I think I'm not wearing them right now, but I think I've been wearing them in other podcasts. That's how tired I am lately. I'm doing a lot of cardio this month, and I feel like that might be partial to the problem. Also staying up later. That's aside the point. Still getting quality sleep, though, for the most part. There are some days where I'm not, of course, but so I wear blue light blocking glasses. Everything that you have electronically or any of the lights that are in your house, they emit blue light. Blue light is fatiguing on the eyes, not good for your vision, and just causes quite a bit of saloon of problems. It also reduces, there's studies on this, I'll have to find the one that I'm referring to specifically right now. It reduces melatonin production, or serotonin. Yeah, I'm looking at my melatonin. It's the chemical in your brain that promotes sleepiness, right? It reduces that by a significant amount. I want to say it's about 45%. After using or if having blue light enter your basically your eye stream, right? It's within an hour of sleep or something, or maybe even it's 2 hours. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount. It's very high. So I wear these blue light blockers after it gets dark the best that I can, right? I feel like sometimes it scares the daughter, so I don't wear it until she goes to sleep. But the moment she goes to sleep, I put them on, and I wear them, especially when I'm sitting in front of my computer. I honestly can't even wear them at night and use the computer. I can't not wear them at night while using the computer because my eyes just get so fatigued, and I like get a headache. It's brutal. It's brutal now. So there are several brands of blue light blocking glasses. Make sure you do a little bit of research. I will link a brand that I use that I recommended to a couple of friends of mine. They got them and vouch for them. Excuse me, wow. And they enjoy them, and they've already told me that their eyes feel better in front of their screens, which is great. They sit in front of the screens a lot too. They are a couple of people who work on their computer most of the day. And stupid chair. And I'll link the one that I'm gonna get in there. If for some reason I don't link it, please somebody reach out. I'm working on all of this, right? We're making good habits here, but I do forget links a lot. But the blue light blocking glasses is very beneficial for, especially if you're a late night gamer. So you want to be able to prevent the fatigue of your eyes, to be able to make sure your reaction time is on point, to make sure that your eyes aren't getting so fatigued that you get that dry feeling, or you feel like you're missing something because your eyes just aren't up to par. Maybe you do feel energized, but your eyes just aren't, because they're getting all of this blue light that's just hammering away at them. It'll prevent fatigue overall, and it'll help with many different aspects. So, but on top of that, that is being able to game at peak performance at late at night is great. That's a great thing, great feeling, right? It's good to be able to prevent fatigue, so you can do that. But the blue light blocking glasses, to be able to reduce the reduction of serotonin. I hope I'm saying the right word. I'm pretty sure it's serotonin. So that you are able to fall asleep when you're ready to go to sleep is paramount. There is nothing, almost nothing more important than sleep. Sleep, nutrition, excuse me, and fitness. So like cardio, resistance training, physical activity, we'll say, okay? Those are some of the three most important things that you can do to be able to improve your cognition, your work ethic, your gaming ability, your reaction time, anything related to sitting in front of the computer, basically. So those are two, the chair and the blue light blocking glasses. If anybody has any questions on anything, I'll try to link the glasses that I use with a couple of studies. I'll link the desk that I have too. By the way, I'm not affiliated with anybody, so these are kind of just what I use. And of course, in the future, if I change companies and I find a product that works better, I will let everybody know, of course. But I'll put that link out. Again, I'm not affiliated with anybody. And any feedback or suggestions that anybody has would be appreciated. So thank you all for listening. And next week is a question and answer. I hope everybody can tune in and listen. If anybody has any questions, let us know. Next week I'm going to be posting this one hopefully a little earlier, because we're going away to Disney World for the kid's birthday. It's also my birthday. Oh gosh, my birthday's in a couple days, and her birthday's in a couple more days. And then my mom, her grandmother, yeah, as in a couple more days. Wow, busy month. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. And all of our links are over here on the left. If you're watching on YouTube, they're all in the description. If you're listening on the podcast platform, again, my name is Austin J, or hallucinodream. You can find me. All of my links are in the description. And yeah, hopefully I see everybody next week. Thank you.